So, is that alright?
Yeah, man.
We'll just go through whatever really. Just talk about like the band, use individually, just anything really.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about, really?
Yeah.
So,
Just how the band started, like the song, obviously, just anything else. Just
start at the beginning.
yeah, just sort of just telling your story and just sort of going through it. And if we go off on like a tangent or anything, that's fine. Just talk about whatever the hell we want.
That sounds sweet.
Start.
I think it's Dan's idea.
Can do. I'll just introduce us and then. So we are Three of Clubs. That's our name, and you are obviously Serfa. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
So do you want to introduce yourselves like individually?
Yeah, I'll start. I'm Dan. I play guitar.
I'm Oscar, I play drums.
I'm Billy, sing and play bass.
I'm Jack, I play lead guitar.
Right. And we've got I'm Sam. I don't know. I feel like I should have like a cool thing that I do in the group, but sort of sit here, just chat really.
I'm Mark.
I'm Sophie.
Nice to meet you.
Cool. Cheers.
So we've got some sort of questions prepared, but really it's just sort of you just talk really. We'll just ask little things and then you can just do whatever you want with it. So we've done like a little bit of research just of what we could from like Instagram and some articles and stuff, but obviously there isn't that much.
Not yet.
So yeah, hopefully there will be a lot more soon. Do you want to start off with any questions? I can if you prefer.
Oh, mine. Do you have any?
Well, we just wrote a few things really. So we've already been through that. Obviously, we've like been through socials, and it says that you are inspired by Radiohead, Arctic Monkeys, King Cruel, and Joy Division.
It's changed.
Nice.
Really?
It fluctuates a lot. Like
Fair enough. Yeah.
recently.
What are you influenced by now?
A lot of like post rock stuff, noise rock type things. Bands like
Okay.
Slim, stuff like that.
Right.
A lot.
Shipping
Yeah.
news, stuff like that. Just
Depends what we really like listen to at the minute. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it sort of changes every week. Like what
Like,
we're listening to.
We're all like listening to different stuff, so like
Yeah.
the different stuff we listen to, like all the aspects that come into the band and stuff.
Right.
There was like a massive turning point like last
Yeah,
year.
yeah. We had like a
Alright.
big like style like genre change and stuff like
Yeah.
towards the end of last year.
Was there like a main reason for that? Or?
Nah, not really. We just like didn't like the music we were making, so we
Yeah.
just changed to
Fair
start
enough.
doing what we wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we kind of got into a loop of just writing songs how we didn't really want to write them, but
Right.
we just started doing it because it was easy.
Yeah.
And
No.
we played a gig, and I think we thought after we'll take time out from playing and just sit and like spend time writing
Yeah.
songs, and we've just progressively sort of, in that like our opinion, got better at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like those three, like they'll come like with like chords or whatever, like little ideas I've just made at home, and then like it just sort of like builds itself up. Like, it's alright.
So do you like listen to different music like on your own?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So do you
We're all like
complete
we all
different-
listen to
individually.
yeah,
There's
brought
a
different
lot of
stuff.
different tastes between us, but again, it all just comes together, and we all listen to.
Like there is some
might be
stuff we
listening to
share.
it's
Yeah, there's like loads of crossover, but we do have our own like little niche
Yeah,
things.
little niche stuff.
Would you say you have a wide variety of genres?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever mix those like preferred songs like together, like to create lyrics and stuff?
Depends really. Like Billy usually writes most of the lyrics.
Yeah, I normally come through with the lyrics. It's not really taken from any particular songs. It's just whatever, really.
Whatever he's feeling at the time.
Yeah, just nice
Yeah.
things.
Is there like any certain, obviously it sounds a bit silly, but certain artists like say that like they're in the shower and stuff and it just comes to them. Is there like any certain thing for you, or just literally just sitting around?
Depends.
A lot of the lyrics I write are pretty depressing. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
Like
they
they're
are.
pretty
Like-
sad and powerful.
Like
and passionate.
so, like some bands like write about like political things. Like I feel like Billy writes like emotionally kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot about love.
Yeah.
Sadness.
Sad shit. Sad shit.
At least it's honest though, because there's some singers, you know, who are happy and positive, but are actually not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Better respect that. So.
It's like a raw. Like when Billy sings, it's like raw. It's like emotional. Like you can tell he like feels it.
Yeah, I think you can
He's
really
not
hear
just
that, to be
singing
fair.
it.
Yeah.
We've listened to the like Diddy quite a lot.
I
Yeah.
think.
He fucked his hand and played the game.
Yeah,
God,
I
Like
know,
broke
like,
his hand.
literally just like,
How did that happen? Explain.
it was we were playing this song called
My name.
My Name, wasn't it? We were ending on it, and I think I had like a breakup with a girl the night before, and I came and played this gig the next day, and at the end of the gig it just all got to me. Started
Yeah.
smashing the shit out of my bass and like fractured my hand, and I was like,
Are we allowed to like swear?
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alright, so
it's gonna be hard about that.
yeah.
So are a lot of your lyrics actual like based off a real events that have happened?
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Is that the case with 2D? You don't have to go into it if you'd prefer not to,
I think Too Deep. I was writing about one of my good friends at the time.
Right.
His like things that was going on in his life. I wrote it ages ago when I was like in
Yeah.
year 10. I was about
Yeah.
Too Deep's like one of our
Yeah.
like it's like one of our oldest like
I think
surviving songs.
that
We
was
have-
like the
yeah.
song that like started like the turning point in
Yeah,
the sort of
definitely. Yeah.
like stylization.
I remember I did music GCSE, and that's the song I did for GCSE.
Alright.
So it's like it's been around for like a good 3.5 years or something.
And was it like all you, or was there like as in lyrics? Obviously the song isn't all you, but was that like, did you write all of it, or did you have like input from everybody?
I wrote like the main chords, the structure, and the lyrics, but then
Everyone like does their own
Yeah.
bit. Like someone will come into practice with like an idea or something, and we all just like build it around. So like we all contribute like our bit to the music. Like it's not just one person writing everything. All of us write our own separate section and stuff.
Do you try like melodies, like certain melodies that might work, and you see which one works, and you go through all of them?
Yeah, like
Yeah, sometimes.
we have a group chat and stuff on Snapchat where we like you, especially Jack, like sends loads of like different ideas and stuff that he just comes up with.
sometimes we even, like with this song we've got called Trapped, just sort of all had different like melody parts and kind of all just put them together.
Yeah.
And it just loads of like key changes and like tempo changes and stuff like that, and that can be kind of good if you're like arguing over
What you want
Yeah.
to do.
what they put in and what they take out and shit like that. But it's hard to keep doing that. I think it's easier to sort of, instead of just lumping loads of shit together, it can probably be easier to like
Make a coherent like piece
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
just make a decision and decide what to get rid of and what to keep on.
Yeah. Is there anything like in particular when it comes to writing songs that you sort of struggle with, or
I think it's pretty easy to like when we've got like sort of this standard like verse chorus written. I think it's easy to just do like the standard like verse chorus, and then end it. But we try to like
Mix
the hard part's trying to like
we try to veer away from
Yeah,
that as
like-
much as
Yeah.
possible.
from like non-traditional like songwriting structures. It's like that's the hardest part. Like putting, because it's just the easy thing to do is just to do the bare minimum.
Yeah, a lot of it's trying to just get your mind around the structure of the song and
Yeah.
think about it whilst you're playing it.
We have good like chemistry together when we write. Like
Yeah.
it all comes together. Like we create like the skeleton of like a tune, and then like everything just like gets added on and becomes like this complex piece of music. When like Jack will like think of some like, mad solo, but he just does by himself or something. It changes up every time.
So we've got a few of your gigs here. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like everything's sort of from social media. We've got the Clooney, Think Tank, O2 Academy, and Little Buildings.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any more like that you'd?
We played Jumping Jacks before it's closed.
Yeah, that was my first gig. That was before sort of we decided to like rewrite everything and change how we're like.
We'd only been
So
a band
went
like
out
3 months at
Yeah,
that
we
point.
were still pretty fresh.
How was the first gig personally for you? Was it
Yeah,
a moment?
that was a good night. Yeah, no, it was
Probably the most people have had.
yeah, a gig.
Probably.
It was a good gig, like, but like when you look at it now, like as like if you look at like old videos, it cringes me out because
Yeah,
I don't like the music we
yeah, the
played.
music
and
was
made, like,
horrible.
It's
not
horrible.
good,
I don't want to remember pre-Serfa.
Yeah, I know.
The Weezer cover was
Pre-Jumping
good.
Jacks Serfa.
I like the Weezer.
No, the
cover.
Weezer cover was fun.
Ah,
The rest
that was alright.
The rest of it was horrible.
So the Clooney, was that after you sort of?
That was-
Yeah, that was our
that
second
was the-
gig. That was after we'd sort of had a bit of time out and got some pretty like decent songs together, and
What was that like? Like the atmosphere and.
It's a nice venue. The community
Yeah,
it's always
it's
quite
nice.
nice.
It's
Like,
like,
we've
yeah.
played it a few
Decent turnout.
times, and
Yeah.
and it was a good turnout. So it's always fun playing the community.
Playing there again in
Yeah.
May. Is that right?
Yeah,
Sometime in May 5th or something like that.
What is the biggest gig that you've done? Like in terms of audience size sort of thing?
I think he said the first one.
Yeah, the first one was our biggest
Alright.
turnout personally. Like,
The Globe was pretty.
Yeah,
That's
the-
actually the Globe.
Yeah, I'd say the
yeah. We
Globe
played
was
our
the-
Globe
Sold
and packed that out.
Yeah.
That
That
sold
was
out in
yeah,
like
that was a
45
solo
minutes.
show.
I was assuming the O2 would be the biggest one for you.
O2
Yeah,
was the
it
biggest
like,
one.
Yeah, the biggest venue we've played.
Venue
though.
wise, the first time we played it was decent. The second time we played it was pretty shit.
Yeah, it
the
was-
sound was pretty
yeah,
shit.
it's
Considering it's the O2, you expect it to be a lot
Yeah.
better.
we weren't playing with bands that like match like our style
Yeah.
or like, you know, like not.
Mix.
Yeah, like we try to like make friends within the local community and stuff. Like people who sound like us and like
Yeah.
we want to work with
Like,
us.
at that point, I think we were just like taking any gigs
Yeah.
without taking any.
To be
like,
honest, we took that
if we were
gig.
the right fit for it.
We took that gig. It might sound like a bit shallow. We took it for the money
No.
solely just because we're gonna use that money to put our own
Yeah,
gigs
that's
on.
with the
Like I think
starting
people
off,
sometimes people don't understand that when we say we're playing this gig just to get a bit of cash. It's not just for like personal cash. It's
No.
something that we have as a collective.
Yeah, all the
to
money
put
we make,
towards
like
something.
we don't take any of it. Like
100%
any of us, we have like a shared like PayPal thing where we put all the money we make from gigs. None of it goes back to us really.
It's understandable though, in a way, because people spend that money, and also you could upgrade on equipment, but other people just spend and spend and spend
Yeah.
on useless stuff.
If we're split like the money that we got from each gig, just like 4 ways, they would be gone by
Yeah,
like
it'd be
a
pointless.
couple
like,
days later.
We can put it back in the band and like headline, like pack out like headline a show. You know what I mean? Like pay for
Yeah.
the venue and stuff, or someone breaks some string, we get them some new string. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Also, we've got some charity gigs. So we've got Stand Up to Cancer and St Oswald's Hospice.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the
they
The
were
two
like
Globe gigs.
Alright.
they were done by the same people.
Right.
They were both really good. Like
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
Yeah, that was the first one. The first one was sold out, and then the second one, we got a message at like 10 o'clock in the morning, like before the gig, saying, "Oh yeah, this gig's gonna be 18 plus."
Alright.
So that knocked about like
Is that like
2/3 of the
age for
audience.
Mm.
But it's still a decent turnout.
wasn't
Yeah.
I had all the like No Teeth and Susan played,
Yeah.
who we're good friends with. They brought all their lot down, and they're all over 18. They're like 18, 19, early 20s. So there was still a decent turnout.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a massive blow.
What was the case with that? As far as like tickets, were they just by at the door sort of thing?
Yeah, it was just on the door.
Yeah, it was like $500.
Are these charities personal to you? Is that why you wanted to?
No, that we got a message like this like a group or something they're called like Newcastle Charity Nights, and they just messaged us saying, "Oh, we're doing this charity gig. Like, do you want to be a part of it?" And obviously we were like, "Yeah, so no problem."
Yeah, the charity's not exactly personal.
It's
towards
always
anyone.
nice to,
Yeah, it's always nice to help.
We're not
Yeah.
gonna turn it down.
especially when they've got like good bands on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's nice to
good
play with
night.
bands
It's
that
good
you actually
venue
like
as well.
are a fan of as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna ask? I had something. I'm not too sure. How did you get into music? Like, is that something since you're very, very young from like families, or was it more
I think
recent?
it's all pretty
Yeah.
different individually.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Do you just want to like go through it individually, or?
Yeah.
I got
Because we've got
into it
plenty
through
of
my
time.
brother. He was like in a band in Newcastle, so like he gave us like my music taste kind of thing,
Yeah.
and then I sort of just got more interested as it went on.
Well, I've been like influenced by both my mum and dad are into music, and that dad used to be like a singer in a band, although he's a bit he's a bit deadbeat now. Like
What music do you do?
he's good. Like he's done everything. He's done stuff from like punk to ska to like yeah, just intense stuff, just nice things. And I've just grown up like twiddling about on guitars and singing along to his music and that.
Yeah, well, like my parents were like into music as well, so like I've always been around it and stuff. I used to play like violin and stuff when I was a bit younger, and then like I picked up playing drums and stuff. But like most of my music's just stuff like I've grown to like as I've like discovered music over the years and stuff. Like me and Jack like used to listen to like loads of music together and like recommend stuff when we were like, because we went to high school together and stuff.
Right.
So it's just been like that.
Yeah.
My dad's like heavily into music. Like it's all he cares about. My mum not really so much.
Alright.
But yeah, I kind of mainly got all my like the early stuff I was into from my dad. And then as I've got older, just kind of found my own stuff that I've liked, and then been able to show him what I like and stuff.
Yeah. How did you meet? Like, is that a long thing?
Yeah.
I've known Oscar
started,
since
What, we were very young.
Yeah, very
10,
young.
11, stuff like
but
that.
we weren't like good mates. We just because we live in the
the
same.
same town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we used to
Pretty
see
cool
each other.
story how it started, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit like
But I'd seen.
Yeah, me and Dan knew of each other, but just never like had the bollocks to sort of meet up or out. And I used to see him busking in town and that. And I was like getting the metro home one time, and he came on, and he was just like, "Oh, yeah, you play a bit of bass, don't you?" And he was like, "Ah, yeah, I play a bit of guitar and that." And it was just like finding out that we both played music, and as soon as he jumped off the metro, he was like,
I think I just messaged
"Can I have a
you,
tab?" He's like never stopped asking for them since, have you?
No.
That is the generic tagline of the Metro Can I have a tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think I messaged you like a day later. or
Yeah, it was a
something
day
like
later he
that.
messaged, he was like, "I'm starting up this band with a mate, can you like help out and that?"
The first time I met Billy was like at the first Serfa practice, because originally we were just a three piece.
Yeah, like the first.
But and I knew Jack because I used to go to like secondary school in
Yeah, we've known each
Newcastle.
other for ages.
Yeah, and we've been like friends for years and stuff. And I was saying like I remember the first practice saying like, "Oh, I know a guitarist and like you should come along." And then
The first practice, Billy didn't even like it.
Yeah, no, I
You
didn't
like
like it. So I was well into the jam at that point.
You
I
just
was
wanted to
like,
be a three.
set on being a three-piece,
Yeah.
but then and you showed yourself,
Oh,
showed through your colours, didn't you?
I
a
mean,
very talented man.
Brighter than your hair.
not mine.
No, I hate you. Again.
Now wait.
Full circle. Right. So
We're back.
we're back. We just had a quick break for drinks. Can't really say much about being back.
Can I just ask what difficulties you had at the start of your like process of making the band? Was there any?
Yeah.
Other than the
yeah,
songwriting.
like,
Yeah.
you used to get pissed off having to travel. I remember.
I was just bad at playing drums, to be honest. Like, it's not
I think
that
we were
good.
just all working out like how we work together.
When we
Yeah.
started, I
Just
didn't
fine.
even have a guitar.
Yeah, you had to borrow my guitar.
I knew how to play. I've been playing for years. I just didn't have a guitar at the time.
It's just like getting used to each other as well. Like
You had
there
to,
was,
like,
yeah,
Break each other in a bit.
yeah. Like now anything could happen. Now anyone could say anything.
Billy's like a
Be
new pair of Doc Martens. You've really got to break.
Yeah. Takes ages.
Did you sort of do anything to like test each other at the start? Like any little like bit of rivalries or anything?
We do have our ups and downs, like we do have little
Well,
tips,
I-
little lovers tips. Like
Me and Dan like hate each other, so
Yeah, according to these two, we hate each other. We
hate
argue like we'll argue like brothers, but I think it's because
Yeah.
we spend so much time together. We're literally
yeah, we all go to college together as
Yeah,
well,
right.
so we're all at each other's houses all the time.
Yeah.
And if we're not doing that, we're either playing a gig or practicing.
so we practically see each other like
Yeah,
every
we
day,
do
so
see each other quite a lot.
I do get sick of it.
yeah.
Do you do like loads of gigs in a week, or do you just like limit yourself?
It just depends what we get
Um,
offered to.
yeah.
It's like what's
Last-
coming up at the time.
Last
Like,
year we were
yeah.
doing, sometimes we'd doing like 3 gigs a month or something.
We done 3 in a week
It was a lot.
once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 in a week, that was intense.
Yeah,
we did
But like that was when we just like took any gig we could, but now we're
Yeah.
trying like sort of
we did recently after the first Glow gig. We did Little Buildings like a day later. And it was like 8 people there.
we try to like pick and choose which gigs we'd want to play now, whereas like a year ago we just like take anything we could get.
I suppose that's a good thing though, because when you're starting, you kind of want to take everything you can
Yeah.
get.
Mhm.
So,
Gets a bit too much sometimes. Like
Yeah,
When
but I
you
feel
finish-
I'd rather like write a new tune than play like a gig that
Yeah, you want to space them out a bit.
yeah.
I feel like we're in a position now where we can we can have the flexibility to pick what we want, and we can. Yeah, we can just have. Yeah, we can. I do.
We've gone past like the sort of like, oh, this is like a new thing I want to do like every time we can. It's like, it's not like we're like bored of it. It's just like,
We like
Yeah,
taking
we
it more
just do it.
seriously.
yeah, like I said, I'd rather write a like good new tune than play like any kind of.
Because we do like, it's not like we just play it in a band like make money or whatever. Like we do genuinely love it. Like something we're all part of enjoying. Like Serfa's like close to our heart. Like in all of us. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Even if it wasn't just the band as well, like me and Billy make sort of have our own little side project things.
Right.
Jack sits on like his laptop and does stuff. Oscar sits and plays his drums all the time. Like it's kind of, even if it's not the band, it's like always music.
Yeah,
It's like
we'll always keep going.
Yeah. What was the side project? You don't have to talk about it if it's more of a secret thing at the moment. Or...
well, you're just sticking stuff on SoundCloud. That you
Yeah,
make
I've been
right?
doing stuff on SoundCloud. I put out this like sort of
Little mix.
6-track
Yeah.
EP kind of thing. It's just sort of like hip hop beats, electronic music. I've just recorded in my bedroom. Like it's just
I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm trying to sort of, I want to do a load of like, just a load of shit, basically, just like a load of different stuff, since, because we all listen to different stuff, but we all listen to like, individually we all listen to like, practically everything, like, so.
If anything, it could like go, you know.
Yeah, so it's kind of, we don't, like, surf is like it's the main thing, it's the thing that we'll put the most effort into, but it's all like, it's nice to sort of branch out and do sort of music within other genres.
Like we're all interested in music, like making music and stuff. Like Surf is like a big like vessel for that. Like we're able to like work together and make these like songs that we all like proper enjoy and that. And then at home we can like just experiment with what we love and like what we personally enjoy, like, rather than like what we do as a collective.
Yeah.
Speaking about hip hop and electronics, would lo-fi be one of them? Is that something that you'd be interested in?
yeah. A lot of
lo-fi,
it's like
yeah.
the
Yeah.
majority.
I'm trying
of
to
the
do a
stuff,
lot of lo-fi at the moment.
Lo-fi's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Lo-fi's really
I mean, the
cool.
majority of the stuff I've been doing, I put out a mixtape called the Arthur Miller tapes. And it's just sort of plug, go listen. And it was like a lot of it's just lo-fi influenced hip hop, which is pretty sort of broad, but I know a lot of people are doing it, but it's just fun to do, really.
Big or small, is there any people that you don't like in the music business?
Yes.
The music industry's pretty fucked at the minute.
There's people we don't like, but there's
I'd
like.
say there's more people who don't like than who like.
Yeah, but not in the sense that we don't like
We
them.
don't like. It's not like we don't like them as people. It's just like, I don't know.
Their
It's
music.
not our cup
Yeah.
of tea.
Yeah.
Have
No,
you
it's-
performed with any of them? Like that you don't like?
We're not here to shit.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, name any
Um,
names.
We're not naming names. We have played with bands that we're just like, we don't like. We've also played with bands where we try to be nice and they just,
Sabotage us.
yeah, we're just like, you know what, you
Yeah.
I think that
subjective
when we really realised
shit.
that we were just playing with bands that we didn't like, that was when we started like picking
Right.
Yeah.
the gigs that we did want to play instead of just
Yeah.
like taking everything.
Because
As a
it
team.
has a knock-on effect. Because if we're supporting bands we don't necessarily like, music-wise, the audience that's coming to see them, likewise, is probably not gonna like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And-
it's just such a such diverse
Yeah.
genre compared to what we normally play with. So it has a knock-on effect. They can sort of make us not really enjoy it.
Would you say it affects how we play as well if you're just not really feeling the
Yeah,
band?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
If there's
like,
if
you have
there's a
to go
gig
in like, in a
where
good mood. Like,
if
you
there's a
wanna play
gig where
well.
we're not, if there's something putting us off, we'll definitely not enjoy playing it, and we'll definitely not put our all into it. But if it's a gig we're really like excited, seeing like loads of new bands we're playing with, or bands we really like, we'll definitely try and like play our hardest and play our best to just sort of like, almost show ourselves off a little bit. But
I think that
we can't do
can
that.
like a lot of that can be in your head though. Like when you think like if you're on stage and like you think it sounds like really shit, then you start playing worse because you can't be bothered to like
Yeah.
sort of listen to it. But then like happened to me one gig where it's like, I thought it sounded horrible, and then I got off like pretty moody for like no reason,
yeah.
and then like loads of people come and like were mates were saying like it's the best they've seen us play, like it can just be in your head kind of thing.
I think a lot of bands do that. To be fair, I think a lot of bands put themselves down just because I think it's the same situation. Like if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to play well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be in the right mindset. Because it can be daunting. That's why it can be kind of daunting, like going up on stage in front of just loads of people. Like even now, I still sort of like get a bit nervous.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got to definitely be in the right mindset to play. Otherwise, it's just going to go tits up, and it's not going to be enjoyable for anyone.
Is there anything you do about nerves? Or like, is there any sort of like, because in sport a lot of people have
Big
like,
whiteys.
It's not even like I've drank or it's not even if I'm ill. I've had this thing the last like 4 or 5 gigs where I'll just be like, oh lads, I'm gonna whitey. And I'll just whitey up all the names and I'll be like sweet for it.
Is it on purpose or is it like?
Yeah, he
total
does it
accident?
just show off.
Just
Like
like
it.
to myself. No, I don't know.
And then he sends us pictures
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah,
to show off more.
it's just one of the things.
Is there any bands that or artists that you would dream to play with?
Yeah, loads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fat White Family, Slint,
Slim, yeah. Radiohead, but
yeah, Radiohead,
yeah.
The Beatles.
The Witches,
Yeah. One can dream.
the Beatles.
There's
Yeah.
loads.
Yeah,
You
it's
should
just
pick
like
every single band you listen to. You'd wanna
Quite a lot of local
play
bands as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, Dutch Elm,
yeah.
who are really good.
We only just played with like we're all mates with No Teeth. If you want to plug the band there. No Teeth. We only just played with them last gig at Charity Nights. That was like they'd never seen us play, but we'd always been like, massive fans of them.
Yeah.
Like grown up listening to them and stuff.
Play a gig and you also go to the gig because you like the
Yeah,
bands
we've been
that
going
play.
to No Teeth's gigs for ages and finally like got to show off our music to them. They'd
Yeah.
never heard us, so it was a nice thing to do.
Yeah, and it was well received as well. Like they
Yeah.
had a lot of praise for it, which was like really nice of them.
Yeah, they're probably sweet kids. They're probably sound like.
Does it feel a little weird when you're like with the band and you know you've been big fans, but you can't help being like massive fanboys about the band itself?
I think it would.
It would be weird if none of us like knew them personally, but
Yeah,
like,
'cause we
like,
got
I'm good
com-
mates with Sam from No Teeth because I go to college with them. And
Yeah. and we know
we've
them.
all known of them. Like
And,
I
like,
went
you've
to high
known
school
Owen
with
for a
Sam
bit.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I don't really know much about music. Like these two know quite a lot more than me. When you're sort of like when you're I've forgotten the word. When you sort of like there's a bigger band and you're sort of doing it like
Supporting it,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the one. I was thinking like featuring or when you're like supporting a bigger band. Like how much do you really talk to them? Is there a lot before you're playing? Or
Depends who
Yeah,
they are.
We try. We
Well,
always try.
We'll
to-
always
We're always,
come
like,
into a
friendly.
gig. We'll
Like,
always come to
yeah.
a gig and like go up to them and like try and get to know them.
But it's
Yeah.
up to them if they want to sort of show us
Yeah.
the same courtesy.
There's been
Yeah.
like cases where we've tried and been like nice to the band and that, and they've just had none of
really,
it.
you just
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
kind of shocked.
The band was supported at Think Tank Underground. Like we didn't speak to them at all.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's just
Oh
like
yeah. St Agnes. They were touring,
Yeah.
and it was like us and whoever we brought was like the only people there. But that was still
it
actually
was a good gig.
a
It was
really
just,
good gig.
It would be nice to like sort of talk to them. But
Yeah,
they
they were
just didn't
pretty
seem very
reserved.
interested. Yeah.
Like we seen them sound check and then they
Like-
came off and they were gone.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
they disappeared. I think that
Yeah.
They were really
some
good. though.
some bands are like that. Some bands like to watch the other bands and like really like involve themselves with the support and like get to know them, and others like to just sort of sit on their
Play
own.
their stuff.
Play their gig and fuck off.
Yeah, but I mean, if it works, it works. It's not
Whatever
really.
works.
They were really good anyway.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, they
were
were
fine.
really good.
There's no real right or wrong. There's no like etiquette of how you do it, but just suppose whatever works for you.
Yeah. So changing the subject a little bit. It's not really flowing. Too Deep is like is it your only song that's sort of like live on social media stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
right
it's our
now.
only
Yeah.
song that
We've been like we've been like recording an EP, but
Yeah,
like
I saw,
the progress has been like quite slow for it.
Yeah.
So,
Very slow.
We've got a week in the
Yeah, we
studio
have a
in
week.
April, so it should be done by then.
yeah.
What's the reason for it being slow? Is that to do with any sort
Just,
of like
uh,
We're all
management
busy,
thing?
like to be
We're
honest.
busy and
We're all working,
we're all at
doing
Newcastle
work.
College, so we can use their studios for free. It's just finding when they're free.
I think it's also it's quite a lot of it's like being in the studio is like totally
Yeah.
different.
It's harder than
ball,
you'd think.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah,
game to
we
just getting up and playing live,
we've spent like over a year just in a grotty little practice room, like blasting out really loud, and when you get into like a studio environment and you just sort of
It's
like
completely different.
lowering it down in headphones and
Right.
having to try and like stand still,
Yeah.
not
It's
crash about of it.
like stupid shit like goes on in the studio that would go on in like the practice room, but like it's fine in the practice room but like in a studio you have to go back and sort of redo everything.
Yeah,
You always get red light fever as well, which
Yeah.
is like as soon as you hit record, it just freeze up
Right.
because you know you've only got like you've got like a few hours, but you've got to set up and then you've got to pack down and then you've only got it narrows it down and narrows it down and then you've only got like a window, just like a very small window to actually get it perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And
It is challenging, like when you,
yeah,
especially with 2D, we played it as like a live thing.
Yeah, it's a live tape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
recorded it live.
tried like doing it separately, like recording all the different instruments separately, but it just didn't really work. for
It
us.
was good that we did it live. We sort of like
Yeah.
we decided to do it live because we thought that the energy was there. We
Yeah.
wanted the energy that would have
Yeah.
from
We
a,
like
a
to
live
feed off
gig.
each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we record it like separately, like there's like versions of the song where from when we recorded it separately, it just sounds
Yeah.
like empty.
Right.
So we wanted that sort of like we wanted the audience to hear it
Yeah.
as they'd hear it as a
Kind of
gig.
want it as close to what it sounds live as
Yeah,
well.
definitely.
So I suppose there's not really that much left in terms of like past and present really. Is there like anything else you really want to add? Because all we've really got left to ask about is sort of the future really, unless there's anything else that we haven't mentioned.
well, we want to get this EP done.
Yeah.
We want to get it out. Jack's going away to uni in September.
Right.
So it's gonna be difficult. We're still gonna carry on, but it's gonna slow down.
I'm only 2 hours away.
He's going to Leeds, so
Too
it's
many.
not too far, but
Yeah.
we'll make it work.
Good D&D scene in Leeds.
Yeah. But yeah, just I suppose getting the EP out, we kind of want to try and get the attention of someone in the industry,
Right.
like higher up.
Like, we do want to grow as a band,
I think this EP will probably like, because once we get the EP, even if whatever happens with the band, like
Yeah,
we'll
it's
still
like a
have
little,
that
like,
EP,
yeah,
and that'll be
staple
like a
piece.
little like bit of like memorabilia,
Yeah.
sort of tracement of the
It's
band.
nice to see something like that you've made and done,
Yeah.
like out, like
But
yeah,
we're
it's
we're
satisfying.
also like devoted and passionate about the band, and we've put so much into it that like
We
I
don't
think
want it
like
to end
if
when
the if the band like broke
Nah.
to like split up, it would be like a proper break,
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
it? Like,
yeah, it'd be nice.
If we ever split
Yeah.
up, it wouldn't be like fuck you, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, it would be like
It'd be like this is like
'cause this has took up like a big part of our sort of teenage years.
Like
and that.
you spend so much time with like the same four and the same
Yeah.
3 people, you know what I mean? And like we're like more than friends now, like we're definitely like brothers and stuff.
Aye,
Like we
brother.
spend a lot of time together. We all know each other's parents and all that. Like it's different now. Like
It's too good just to sort of let go.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it would have to be pretty drastic for us to break apart.
yeah. Well, I hate Jack. So
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
know.
I hate Jack,
I
yeah.
wouldn't mind leaving. But yeah, just hopefully getting the EP out.
Growing as a live band and stuff.
Yeah, even if it wasn't, no one was to notice it. That's not really like the
No.
main thing. Just having the EP is like something for like a personal achievement, especially for me. Just a personal achievement. It's something that I can like look at and go like, I did that.
Yeah.
Like that's like pretty important.
Yeah, it's
To
pretty
me, anyway.
special.
Because not many like 17, 18-year-olds can be like, oh yeah, I've like been in like a studio and
Recorded
recorded
a
in
full
like
EP and put it out.
done like
Yeah.
in like a professional environment.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
Yeah, just really listen to it. Sound really too deep. It should be a link in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll like text you after this about whatever links you want, and they'll be down there, so you can probably find all of these individually.
Thanks.
Well, good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice one.
I guess really just finishing off. I'll just quickly reset this, and sorry, we just do intervals of 20 minutes, which is really annoying. But, right. So really just finish off, because I think we pretty much asked everything. We sort of expected it to go a bit longer, but it would just sort of, it's not that we haven't talked about a lot, it's just that we've talked through the things quickly, really. So is there anything else that you want to plug, like any more gigs that you've got planned?
Got a gig in May.
Yeah, back
I
to
think it's
Instagram.
May
Got a
Third.
gig with the Lights Band in Mayfair. Our good mates in Mayfair. What day is it? What
May
day is it?
3rd.
Third.
Yeah, May 3rd.
Third at the
Clooney.
Clooney. So it'll be nice. It'll be a nice time.
Come down, have a boo.
And look out
I
for
think
the
we might
EP.
actually.
Yeah, look out for the
Oh,
EP.
that'd be
Yeah.
lovely.
The EP should be out like after.
Like summertime, yeah.
Definitely, man.
And
We've
we'll,
got,
we'll
like-
probably put a show on for it as well.
Yeah.
We've got a week in the studio pretty soon, so
Right.
we're gonna
Bash
put
it
all
out.
our fucking effort into that.
Yeah. Genuinely look forward to it. Like,
Yeah,
Thank you
nice.
very
Like we
much.
actually, we were all
Cheers for
listening
doing
to
this.
stuff more like it's actually like, because we came across you sort of by accident really, because like I didn't, no disrespect, but I didn't really know of you.
Yeah,
And we were looking for who we could have, and sort of wanted like a local band that were doing really well, and we just came across your stuff, and we just sort of like all three of us just sort of felt like this is the one really. We just really
Cheers.
liked it.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's
very much.
we
Yeah.
proper appreciate you like taking
Yeah.
interest and stuff.
We
like.
appreciate any support, like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
who like the music, like it's good.
Definitely, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us as well.
Yeah,
very
so
much.
thank you
Thank
for
you,
coming along.
guys.
Thank you.
It's been good
Enjoyed
days.
it.
Right.
Nice
Cheers.
one. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cool.